Hey there, dog lovers, and welcome back to the channel. What if I told you that one of the smallest, fluffiest dogs you've ever seen was once considered so sacred that stealing one was punishable by death? And what if I told you these little lions have a history more dramatic than a Hollywood blockbuster? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into the world of the Pekingese, and I guarantee you're about to learn something incredible. We're counting down the top 10 surprising facts about the Pekingese you probably didn't know. Let's get started. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Imperial Palace Royalty. Ready for a history lesson that's cuter than you'd expect? The Pekingese wasn't just another dog. It was a closely guarded treasure of the Chinese Imperial Palace for centuries. These dogs weren't for commoners. They were bred and raised exclusively by palace eunuchs and were the cherished companions of emperors, empresses, and the royal family. They were so revered that they even had their own servants. Commoners were required to bow to them, and any attempt to sneak one out of the palace was a crime punishable by death. These weren't just pets. They were living symbols of royalty and power, treated with a level of respect most humans could only dream of. Imagine having your own personal staff. Number 9. The Lion Dog Legend. Ever wonder why the Pekingese looks like a tiny walking lion? That's no accident. According to ancient Chinese legend, the Pekingese is the offspring of a lion and a marmoset monkey. The story goes that a lion fell in love with a marmoset and begged the Buddha to shrink him down to her size so they could be together, promising to keep his brave lion heart. Buddha agreed, and the result was the Pekingese, a dog with the courage of a lion packed into a pint-sized body. This is why they're often called lion dogs. This legendary origin story cemented their sacred status and explains their bold, confident personality. They truly believe they're lions. Number 8. The Sleeve Dog. Think the Pekingese is the perfect lapdog? The ancient Chinese took it a step further. The smallest and most prized Pekingese were known as sleeve dogs. Why? Because they were literally small enough to be carried in the voluminous sleeves of their imperial masters' robes. This wasn't just for convenience, it was a status symbol and a form of personal, portable companionship. These sleeve dogs were like secret living treasures, always close to their owner's heart. If you ever see a Peki snuggling into a small space, just remember, they're tapping into their ancient instinct to be the most adorable, portable guard dog you could ever ask for. Number 7. A Survivor's Tale. How did this closely guarded imperial secret make its way to the rest of the world? The story is actually quite dramatic and grim. During the Opium Wars in 1860, British troops invaded the Forbidden City in Beijing. To prevent the sacred dogs from falling into the hands of the foreign devils, the Empress ordered that all Pekingese be killed. However, when the troops entered, they found a handful of the dogs guarding the body of an aunt of the Emperor who had taken her own life. 5 of these surviving dogs were taken back to Britain as spoils of war. One was gifted to Queen Victoria, who named it Ludi. Number 6. The Paku Roll. Ever seen a Pekingese move? They don't just walk, they have a distinctive rolling gait. This isn't a flaw, it's a feature. The Pekingese was intentionally bred to have short, bowed legs in the front and lighter hindquarters. This unique structure creates a side-to-side rolling motion when they walk. The purpose of this was to discourage the imperial dogs from wandering too far from the palace grounds. Their charming little waddle was essentially a built-in security measure to keep them close to their royal owners. It's one of the most endearing and recognizable physical traits of the breed, a perfect blend of form and function designed for a life of royal leisure. Number 5. Not built for speed. So, with that unique role, you might guess they aren't exactly athletes. Pekingese are a brachycephalic breed, which means they have a short snout and a flattened face. While this contributes to their adorable look, it makes them highly susceptible to breathing difficulties and overheating. They are definitely not built for long runs, strenuous hikes, or even hot summer days. A short, leisurely stroll in cool weather is more their speed. Owners need to be incredibly mindful of their peak's physical limitations. They are indoor dogs through and through, preferring the comfort of a climate-controlled palace. Or, your living room couch. Have you ever owned a brachycephalic breed? Let me know in the comments. Number 4. Big dog attitude. Don't let their small size fool you. A Pekingese has no idea it's a small dog. They carry themselves with an air of dignity, importance, and stubborn independence that can only be described as royal. They are not fawning lapdogs eager to please. They are opinionated and expect to be treated with respect. A Pekingese will love its family deeply, but often on its own terms. They can be wary of strangers and won't hesitate to sound the alarm with a surprisingly loud bark if they feel their territory is being threatened. They truly embody the big dog in a small body syndrome, carrying the courageous heart of the lion from their legendary ancestry. Number 3. Surprisingly low maintenance. You look at that glorious long coat and probably think, that must be a nightmare to groom. But here's a shocker. For a long-haired breed, the Pekingese coat is surprisingly manageable. While they do require regular brushing a few times a week to prevent matting and tangles, their coat has a coarse outer layer and a soft undercoat that doesn't mat as easily as some other long-haired breeds. They aren't heavy shedders for most of the year either. With a consistent grooming routine, you can keep their magnificent mane looking its best without spending hours on it. It's a lot of look for a surprisingly reasonable amount of work. Number 2. A Titanic survivor. Ready for a fact that sounds like it came straight from a movie? One of the few canine survivors of the Titanic disaster in 1912 was a Pekingese named Sun Yat-sen. The dog belonged to Henry and Myra Harper of the Harper and Row publishing family. When the ship was sinking, Henry Harper famously said, "There seemed to be lots of room and nobody made any objection." He and his wife were able to board Lifeboat 3, bringing their beloved Peek with them. While most dogs were left behind, Sun Yat-sen's small size and his owner's first-class status likely helped him secure a spot on a lifeboat, making him a tiny, furry piece of history. Number 1. The ultimate companion. And for our number 1 fact, what really defines the Pekingese? It's their profound, unwavering role as a companion. This breed was not developed for hunting, herding, or guarding in the traditional sense. For thousands of years, their one and only job was to be a loyal, loving, and dignified companion to humans. This ancient purpose is deeply embedded in their DNA. They form incredibly strong bonds with their chosen person and thrive on being a cherished part of the family. They may have a stubborn streak and an air of self-importance, but beneath it all is a deeply affectionate heart, dedicated entirely to companionship. They are living history, and their purpose has never changed. So, there you have it. 10 surprising facts that prove the Pekingese is so much more than just a fluffy lapdog. They are tiny lions, royal survivors, and one of the most historically significant dog breeds in the world. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more fascinating facts about your favorite dog breeds, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.